572, ready to go, 16 left.
At 572, Seattle Tower, wind 100 at 13, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
16 left, clear for takeoff, United 572. Pretty good looking airport. Indeed, a fine specimen of an airport. All right, we're going to spool up to Flex 52. Here we go. There's Flex 52. Oh, she's already going over. That's not normal. I don't think I have to fight the rudders this much. I think I got a problem. I'm gonna have to recalibrate my MFG crosswinds. Should be one.
Thunderbird 8, contact Chinook approach 123.8. Thunderbird 8, contact Chinook approach 123.8.
Core 4 checklist.
I won't do that right now.
Thunderbird 8, Chinook approach, thanks for Yankee, expect visual approach runway 27, flight present, heading, descend and maintain 7,000.
You're going up a little late. Just keep in mind, boys, when you oh, there's close lever climb. And there's thrust climb. Keep in mind that when you toggle your gear with the letter G, if you actually went out to your another monitor, your G key does not work until you activate the screen.
United 572, contact departure.
And departure, United 572. Seattle departure, United 572, 6,400, climbing 9,000, Sumo 1.
United 572, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb and maintain 15,000, United 572. All right, so we'll just...
Thunderbird 8, turn right, heading 130, descend and maintain 5,000.
130, Thunderbird 8, 5,000.
We'll do 15,000 there, and we'll do it managed mode. Flight plan. Yeah, we're still climbing. Okay, let's de-arm the spoilers. Flaps are up. And here's the turn at Nevjo. Looks pretty good. Do you have a response curve set in FSUIPC for the rudder? Not on purpose. I did hit the tiller button. So should I take off the tiller button?
Confirm seatbelts off.
Seatbelts off. Oh, crap. Seatbelts off.
United 572, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
26.6, United 572.
Bear 0 Delta Whiskey is cleared, RNAV, runway 13 approach to Tillamook.
Nav approach 130, Delta Whiskey.
Seattle approached United 572, 12,000, climbing 15,000.
United 572, Seattle Center, roger, climb maintain 5 level 230.
Seattle Center, thank you. Climb and maintain 230, United 572. So there's 230. Bugged up. And we're going out to Summer 1. Oh, baby. Hotchmania, how you doing? Don't use the tiller for takeoff. So that's the problem. Is I need to toggle. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a little more stable on the takeoff. Very good. All right, SOP says we need to turn off these lights. We should have had the taxi light on, or the takeoff light on, but it's okay. Oh, landing lights. I did the reverse. Need to retract. There we go. My bad. Hotchmania, how's it going, man?
Turn left heading 360 to set maintain 4,000.
Yeah, Guy Fly. Yep, Black Box's voice. Yep. But I'm not doing I was testing the before start checklist and also the after start checklist and before takeoff checklist. I haven't got to the comfort level of being able to do Pilotedge and do the after takeoff checklist. But I should. I mean, I guess I could practice it right now. We were supposed to do below the line for the before takeoff checklist, but I didn't.
Thunderbird 8, continue left turn heading 300 to set maintain 3,500. Thunderbird 8, make that 3,500.
After takeoff checklist? Nope, it's not letting me do it. It's okay. Like I said, we're going to practice more FS to crew, but that's pretty good. I have gone full beard for the moment. Yeah, I do it from time to time. So there we got our, like I said, we got our feet wet with FS to crew. All right, let's set standard pressure. Right click. Standard pressure.
Thunderbird 8, airport to 11 at 12 o'clock and 10 miles. Report when you have it set.
What an amazing plane.
Thunderbird 8, turn 10 degrees left. Thunderbird 8, 10 degrees left.
All right, we are cleared on Pilotedge up to 230. Our it's climbing pretty good actually. 300 knots indicated in the climb.
Thunderbird 8, fly heading 270.
2,200 feet. We got a subscribe.
At 572, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
25.1.
Back another month.
572. Seattle Center, United 572, flight level 224 for 230.
United 572, Seattle Center, climb maintain flight level 310.
Climb maintain 310, United 572. I got to drop that 4. I should just say climbing.
Thunderbird 8, airport, 12 o'clock, 5 miles.
All right, 310 set in the MCU. Sim Dude, thank you for the subscribe. 32 freaking months. 32 months. Back another month. Thank you, Sim Dude. I appreciate that. I think you're getting back in.
Thunderbird 8, cleared visual approach runway 27, contact tower 133.25.
I think you're about to get back into the swing of things with regard to simulation and maybe a stream or two. You were asking a few questions.
Thunderbird 8, Yakima Tower, afternoon, wind calm, runway 27, clear to land, check wheels down.
Beautiful. In the McDo options, turn the tiller switch to sticky and a warning to
And
yes.
Denver, correction, Gotham 650 back.
Gotham 650, thanks.
Turn the tiller switch to sticky and warning to yes. Then the comma key will turn the tiller on and off and will put a message top screen to remind you if tiller is active. A message top screen, like in the eCam, or because I do use the comma right now. I do use the comma right now to toggle it on and off. I just need to add it to the checklist.
Core 4 checklist.
It's stuck. FS to crew is stuck on climb flow. And I can't seem to get it off of the climb flow. But we're still climbing, so. But I can't. I wish you could do the up and down arrow. I'll have to read up on how to get past that. But especially once we get to the descent checklist. But oh. Simulator
John Fly Snack.
Simulator 72 with the subscribe. Thank you so much.
Number 8, Roger into the ramp. This frequency, we'll see ya.
I appreciate that. We're way past the after start checklist, Eagle Blue. It would be after takeoff checklist, you mean? Is that what you mean? Maybe that's what you mean. But then I said after takeoff climb checklist, and it won't take that either. Yeah, so watch this. So I'm going to unmute it. After takeoff climb checklist. Set and confirmed. Set and checked. Yeah, there's some toggle that I've got to do. Maybe it's seat belts or something where it's stuck in the climb flow. So if we come up here and we go maybe seat belts off.
Gotham 650 is leaving my airspace now. Your radar services are terminated. Frequency change is approved. We'll see you next time.
So,
Confirmed. Confirmed. Yeah, it's not working.
Confirm clear at nav.
Clear radnav. What do I say after he says clear radnav? What do I say back?
Southwest 1855, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Confirmed.
12745 Southwest 1855. See.
He's doing something. I can hear clicks going on.
Oakland Center, hello, Southwest 1855, flight level 400.
Confirm copy active to secondary. 1000 to go.
Southwest 1855, Oakland Center, Roger.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of switches. Very good. Thank you, guys. Confirmed.
Instead of 0 Delta Whiskey,
Confirmed.
canceling IFR.
Number 0 Delta Whiskey, Roger. IFR cancellation is received. I got no traffic observed between you and Tillamook. Radar services terminated. Squawk, maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
Your service seen a bit 0 Delta Whiskey.
Confirmed. What was that noise? All right, cool. We got our stuff back. Awesome. Thank you so much, Eagle Blue, 53 North, Driver 101, Lilo
Checked.
Pilot. Thank you. So now
Checked.
we can go to the I'll mute it now, but we can do the approach checklist.
Cruising flat level 310 check.
Thank you, Black Box. M9 Aviation, good day, sir. Yeah, this is super awesome. All right, we're at 310 now. Just going to take a quick gander at it's 356 to the top of the descent. This is the equivalent of a John Fly long haul. Seriously, we're going to have some in-flight entertainment boys and girls. That's right, boss, but it didn't sound good. That was kind of a weird sound. I liked it, though. Something. Good eye, mate. So M9, I saw that Real Sim Gear is doing the Captain's Corner on Friday of Flight Sim Expo. In fact, I need to put up a Flight Sim logo logo on my screen. That'll get us going. I need to start promoting that bad boy. Anyway, I guess that Captain's Corner is that's on top of the normal, registration, right? That should be pretty good stuff there. I'm going to see if I can, in the middle of this cruise, if we could put up a Flight Sim Expo graphic here. Yes, I believe they charge extra for those sessions. Okay, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting up with you. Will you be there for sure? I sure hope so. All right, the media kit has been extracted. So we will extract. Oh, there's logos and event images. Oh, cool. PNG. I think I like one with the actual date, because it seems like I saw one with the actual date on it. Take a look here. There's PNG. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is grab that, put it into my pictures, stream pics, paste. You bought a ticket for the Captain Corner as well? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go in on Friday morning, so I may do that as well. I might go Thursday night. Yeah, maybe I'll go Thursday night. There's the Captain's Corner link. Thank you. It's pretty good clouds. All right, I'm going to add a image. There we go, image. And then we're going to browse. Stream pics, media kit, logos, PNG. I think I like this one. There we go. There's the big logo. So there's FS Expo. Let's put that up here. All right, there looks good. There we go, FS Expo. It's in Vegas. Go to flightsimexpo.com. As you can see, the links there. Nightbird is posted. It's in June. It's going to be a fantastic time. You're flying in Friday late morning and out Sunday evening. Yeah, I'll probably go home Sunday night as well. M9 is planning on being there. Awesome. You remember using FS to Crew, printing out all the SOPs and checklists? I do. Boss, but I was right there with you, man. I had a book that thick. It was crazy. And then it got even worse when the 777 came out. There are some scenes where the FS Expo doesn't show up very well, though. Like against the clouds, it looks good. But let's try a black one here. So we'll do properties, browse, and we'll do black. I kind of like the transparent actually though, because there are moments where it kind of pops out. Oh, we could do the all black and see how that looks. Yeah, let's make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like that. It needs an outline around the letters. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt either. Yep. This will work for now. All right, spot check the plane. As far as I can tell, the everything looks good with regard to engine, cruise, temperatures. Everything looks fantastic. The cabin is 22 degrees. What is 22 degrees? Is that like 70 something? Cabin altitude is 5,600 for pressurization. We are... Maybe talk me through this. I think we're on J54. So next waypoint is Wanta, right? And then KODA, and then BKE. What's the difference between the green and the white Airbus pilots? What is the difference? And of course, our top of descent is not forever. Flight plan. There we go.
Calling it Phoenix. I'm sorry to get the call sign, but I don't see a flight plan. I think you said
what's the difference?
09. I don't have anything for you.
What's the difference between the green text on the McDo and the white text? Green is from, white is to. All right, so we're going from Wanta to KODA. Is that correct? So we're past Wanta, right? Okay. It's that very, very basic information. Green can't be changed. Wait.
Southwest 1855, descend via the Diamond 5 arrival and report leaving flight level 400.
But white...
Send via the Diamond 5, we'll call you leaving 400 Southwest 1855.
But what's the white, Telwest? The white is guaranteed it's from to? Okay. Green can't be changed. Cyan can be changed. Amber, you need to insert data.
The Speedbird 090, yeah, I've got your flight plan, but it's invalid. Have you looked at acceptable altitudes between the two airports? I mean, one, it's wrong for direction of flight, and two, it's not high enough to get you over the mountains.
Blue is, I guess, missed approach. Not active.
Well, the recommended altitude would be for when you go look at the charts and procedures in between the two and figure out what's appropriate. I mean, how comfortable are you with IFR flight? Let's start with that.
All right, so we're coming up to KODA. So
okay, are you familiar with the rules required to fly IFR?
Once we pass KODA, this should switch, right, from green, and then BKE becomes white. That's for the McDo in general. Okay, thank you, Telwest. I appreciate that. So we're coming up to in 1 mile. There we go. This should switch from white to green, and there you go. So green is now where we're coming from. But it's interesting that it's not necessarily coming from. It's not the active direction. Because, for example, Terry, we're not coming from Terry, and Terry's in green. Does that make sense, Mantooth? We're not at Terry, but it's the color green. So but up here You're right. We just passed that. The current waypoint is in white. Current destination in white. All right, let's see if we can do a discontinuity check here. I'm wondering if I should put UGAID just below Terry. In the flight plan page, green is the primary flight plan, blue is the missed approach, and alternate, yellow is a temporary flight plan. The white waypoint is your next waypoint. Okay. Some very basics that I'm sure some people out there that are Boeing pilots will appreciate right there. All right, I'm going to look here at the RNAV Zulu runway 21 into Idaho Falls. And this is, if we come out, see, we're at Terry right there. And then we want to go to Hulsa and Jisug. And I didn't see those in the FMC. Yeah, I don't see those. I just see Terry. So I must not have selected that. So if we hit IDA arrival, RNAV, RMP Zulu runway 21, RNAV 21, right there.
Speedbird 09er, roger. On request, standby. It's going to be full route anyway.
Via Terry. There we go. And boom. So now it has Terry, Hulsa, Jisug, and then decel down to Wotes. What's interesting, I find this fascinating, guys. Look at this. So after Wotes at 6,850, you have no more waypoints as far as, vertical navigation is concerned. So you have to manually, I'm under the impression that you have to manually fly this. And this is interesting. It says, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that telling me to do a 3 degree angle down to hit the runway? Because the runway is another 2,000 plus feet. 2,000. So if I hit Wotes at 182 knots, 6,850.
Speedbird 09er, Phoenix clearance, cleared to the Tucson Airport. Storm 1 departure. Storm, that's Sierra Tango, Romeo, Romeo Mike. Baser, Bravo, Alpha, Sierra, Echo, Romeo. Dingo, Delta, India, November, Golf, Oscar. Dingo 5 arrival. Climb via the SID. Expect flight level 190 within 10 minutes of departure. Departure frequency 119.2. Squawk 5701.
So let me ask you this question. It says here on the vertical profile section of the chart, it does say Wotes at 6,700, 3 degree down angle, 3 degree down bubble. If it's not, then you can't fly an automatic approach. So my question is the plane's not going to descend on its own at 3 degrees, correct?
All right, but there was a route given to you. Speedbird 09 cleared Tucson Airport, Storm 1 departure, Storm, Baser, again, Bravo, Alpha, Sierra, Echo, Romeo. Dingo, Delta, India, November, Golf, Oscar. Dingo 5 arrival. Climb via the SID. Expect flight level 190 within 10 minutes. Departure frequency 119.2. Squawk 5701.
All right, so this 6-30. And then the other question, is it really considered a glide slope? I thought a glide slope was when it was, not an RNAV procedure. I thought glide slope was just on
Speedbird 9, think about that. I mean, if I just gave you a route amendment, how am I to know that you received that route amendment if you don't read it back to me?
Someone's getting a lesson. So it is glide path, glide slope. And Telwest is saying it's your vertical deviation.
Seabird 09, Roger. I'd recommend the pilot training program. That might be a great place for you to start.
Yep. Pilot training program, Cat 1's, I ratings. Yeah, you got to be on your toes with Pilotedge. Yep, for sure.
Seabird 09, affirmative, and that's where the pilot training program is going to help. I know I told you about it the other day, but if you go to the Pilotedge homepage under Pilot Resources, you'll see information about the pilot training program. There's information about communications and airspace, and then there's also instrument training. I'd recommend starting there.
That's awesome. Yep. Very, very important to go Cat 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through your I ratings before you, and start in a Skyhawk. If you're going to jump on Pilotedge, jump on a Skyhawk. It's fun. Anyway, so what you're saying is that it's going to automatically fly if the APPR button is pushed. It'll automatically fly that 3-degree down angle to the runway. Okay, cool. I was under the impression that RNAVs would fly you down if there were other altitudes referenced along that path. So, you know, I'm used to something being in the middle, or maybe even 2 points in the middle. Because at this point we are, I guess we're 6 DME out, so there's not a lot of room. I just thought that there'd have to be another waypoint with an altitude set for an RNAV to descend you down. I'll admit, guys, I do ILS approaches 99% of the time, so this is kind of a rare thing for me. But I'm assuming that, I hope that I start down though, and I'm assuming that if I'm looking at WOTS on my chart and my plane is not descending immediately after passing WOTS, then I better take over, is what my assumption is. But I guess as long as it's programmed in. You will see the same magenta bubble that will follow you down. You will hit APPH button to do so. Okay. You need to keep an eye in the ND. Okay, so I'm thinking in the ND, it's on the navigation display, it's going to give me lots of fantastic information with regard to my situation. We are still a ways away, though. 223 to the top of descent. It will tell you a blue arrow on WOTS. Now, I can look at that right now, can't I? Can't I go to, like, plan and then cycle through the... like if I come down here, no, you can't? Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. This is fascinating stuff. I love learning from you guys. You guys are awesome. Once you set the final altitude of the FAP, you will see it.
Southwest 1855, vacating flight level 400.
Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on Discord?
Southwest 1855, thank you.
Do you want to come on Discord voice, Telwest?
United 572, contact Seattle. Correction, let's go Salt Lake City Center now. 128.72.
2872, United 572. Salt Lake City Center, United 572, flight level 310, silky smooth.
United 572, Salt Lake Center, roger, thanks.
It's rare that I'm in a bus.
Number 136 Golf Hotel Yakima, clearance, clear to Hillsborough Airport, Gromo for departure. GubC transition that has filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Chinook departure frequency 123.8, squawk 3721.
All right, opening up Discord. I think BB has a video on flying on. He has so many videos I love. I was watching one the other day where he was doing the pilot check ride.
November 6 Golf Hotel, read back, correct?
And I was able to finish part one of the Airbus A320 check ride, and it was fascinating. He was, I think there was a rejected takeoff. It was fascinating. Fascinating. I'll just call you direct, Telwest. Let me know when you're ready. Or maybe I'll just call you now and see if you're ready. If not, okay, you ready? Cool, cool. Call on now. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, we got a subscribe oh! We got a subscribe 1 second.
3 years, huh? Blimey.
3 years. Squirrel. The man, the myth, the legend, Squirrel. 3-year subscribe to John Fly. It's an honor, sir. Hope you're well. It's amazing that 3 days in a row, Squirrel, that I've had real world pilots on my stream. 737, A320, now here live with me on Discord. And I had a 787 pilot with me, walking me through everything. We are very fortunate. And then, of course, Squirrel himself is also a real-world pilot. Yeah, I'm a fake one. Thank you for the subscribe. And there should be a 3-year chat badge next to your name now, a golden 3. Thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. Tell West, how are you, my friend?
Good. How about you?
It's amazing how I can go through flying this Airbus, and I can get, I can start it up. I can, do the very basics to get it to the runway. I can take off now. I can do these things, but I didn't know what the difference of colors were in the McDo. It's amazing how you miss the small stuff, and then you suddenly are like, what is this?
Yeah. And I'm sorry to interrupt. I mean, the colors is not only in the MCDU. This bus is built, I don't know, in the 1970s, 1980s, and they thought about everything. Like, I mean, if you look at the overhead,
Yeah,
they have different colors as well. Each color means something.
Yeah, and the thing is I look at these buttons and I just see these.
Yeah.
Southwest 1855, contact Oakland to center 125.75.
I don't even pay attention, but I really should look at.
2575 Southwest 1855.
Sorry, pilot is talking. I really should pay attention to these arrows that show the flow of things and learn a little bit more about it. But yeah.
Oakland Center, Southwest 1855, descending
For
through flight
example,
level
if you put
291, send via the Diamond 5.
on, you have a blue color.
Oakland Center.
Let's start over just a second. Let me slide Pilotedge volume down here. Squirrel says he only flies the big stuff, the big C-172. Yes, yep, that's what I've flown that one in the real world, the big stuff. Stakes, how's it going, sir? It was nice to hang out with you last night. Jeff, hello. All right, go ahead, Telwest. Sorry, we had Pilotedge volume up a little bit high.
So do you see the lights and the Antigua lights next to the overhead?
The lights next to the overhead. Oh, like the
exterior lights. Do you see the exterior lights, nav logo and everything?
Okay, nav logo, yep. Captain Tony
And
Stark
then-
with the subscribe.
What a day this has
1
been
second.
with all those real-world pilots.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
Keep up the awesome streams.
We got some real world pilots. Thank you, Captain Tony Stark, for 14 months. I appreciate that very, very much. Okay, external lights right here.
Yeah, next to it, it's APU, and then you will have the internal lights.
Yep, internal lights.
And then annunciator lights, just set it to test, and then you will have a Christmas tree.
All right, I need to right click. Oh, okay, so whoa. I got to do that with the overhead up. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I never
So
do
now-
that.
That's the Christmas tree that we show everybody to take a picture with, especially the kids. Uh-huh. So if you look at the lights, it's blue, white, yellow, and red.
Blue, white,
Just-
yellow, and red. I see that. So we got yellow, white, red, blue. I see that.
And then green as well.
And green.
So basically, amber is cautions, red is warnings, and then white is basically off,
Okay.
and sometimes on as well.
Yeah, I was going to say in the
Uh,
emergency calls, it looks like it's on.
Yeah.
And in
then you have the
ditching.
blue
Yeah. Okay, blue.
on, and you have the green, which is avail.
Okay. Available. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to prepare this plane for takeoff and everything else, you need to have no white lights, basically.
No white lights. Okay.
Now, the blue, what does it mean? It means it's temporary. We are using this thing temporarily, for example, engine anti-ice or APU. And then we're going to switch it off.
Blue is temporary. Okay.
Yep. And green is basically available.
Someone, I think I read somewhere that when you're doing when you're disconnecting the ground power, someone said that if it doesn't say avail, you could potentially injure someone that's disconnecting the GPU.
That is correct. So if you look at the external power, you have the on and blue, and then you have the
136
avail.
Golf Hotel Yakima ground runway 27,
So if you have it on
Alpha, cross
and
runway
the guy
22.
disconnects it.
You could potentially get across the street, like hit the voltage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So avail before.
Southwest
Okay.
1855, contact NorCal approach 120.95.
So that's how the color are
the
coded
frequency
by
again,
Airbus. And unlike Boeing, we need to have no white lights. Boeing, they have, if you want to
For the
fly,
NorCal
you need white lights
2095
on,
Southwest
basically, for the
1855,
system.
Sorry, Pilotedge was just talking there. I'm gonna change. I probably can't do this on the fly, actually. So let me just tell you. I'll just break you when Pilotedge is talking. Just.
Southwest 1855,
because I got it on the
NorCal
same.
approach. Thanks for golf. Expect ILS runway 28 left approach from Archie.
I have it on the same slider there. So repeat that last part again.
I kind of forget.
Okay. No, I think I'm understanding the lights here. That's fascinating stuff.
United 572.
So
here we go.
Discretion
PE.
to maintain
Hold it.
flight level 250 and report leaving flight level 310.
Discretion down to 240. Report leaving 310. United 572. All right, so I'm gonna plug in here. Okay, so I don't know if there's any sort of, if I go to perf, yeah, still got 143 to the top of descent, so we've got a while. Okay.
But you can pre-select it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm not going to go into open descent, so I can pre-select 240, and I won't choose open descent or manage descent until we hit that top of descent.
Exactly, that's how we do it in the real life. Once you get the clearance, we just set it, and then we descend.
Okay.
As per. And for second thing, I think you're flying track FPA, which means the bird.
Track FPA.
Yeah, look at the PFD.
Okay, PFD. Let me bring it up here. Right?
Yeah. So you're flying track FPA, as you can see in the bird. We usually don't fly this. We usually fly the crosses, the heading VS.
So, and that is on this button here, right?
Yeah.
The track or FPA.
Yeah.
And you're saying you
heading
usually
VS and track FPA.
And where does it say on the PFD that it's in that heading track mode?
Just press it and you will see the difference.
Oh, so it's just a visual difference. There's not a text difference. Okay.
Nope.
So
the text will be only in the FMA. So for example, if you have heading mode and you're on the heading VS, it will be heading. If you go to the track FPA, it will change from heading to track and the FMA. That's the difference in the PFD.
Okay. So, and this is basically showing where the aircraft's pointing. And you're saying you just have these up and down arrows. This is how you do it usually.
Yeah. Yeah, for example, I could show you pull heading.
Okay, one second here. Right click, pull heading. Okay.
Now it's on heading mode. If you go track FPA,
track.
There you go.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Now go back to heading VS and push heading.
Okay,
So
heading's
this is
pushed.
the virtual one.
Okay.
So that's thing will bring us to our next point. For non-precision approaches, unlike the Boeing, we have the FPA, which makes life really simpler and easier. We can just set on the glide path angle or vertical path angle and let the plane descend.
So like that 3-degree
Yep.
in the McDo that we have here on this particular RNAV approach. For those that missed it, I put in the RNAV Zulu 2-1 approach, and it's got this, once I hit this WOTS point, right here is this -6, -3, I guess the 6 is the distance, -3 degree. Yep. That will show up, and I'll be able to follow that flight director down, or it'll do it automatically.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm starting to understand. And so what is this raw data? Is that what they refer to as raw data, or?
Southwest 1855, contact NorCal approach 135.65. We'll see you.
Everything from the frequencies, the ILS tuning, everything with the radials, all of that for landing.
Just no autopilot, just raw data.
No autopilot.
Yeah.
No flight directors, nothing.
Okay, cool. Aquafunk says
Southwest 1855, NorCal approach, roger. Altimeter 3008 after Archie cleared the ILS runway 28 left approach.
That's how, quote, that's how we do it IRL is one of his favorite things to hear on the sim stream.
Number 136 Golf Hotel Yakima Tower,
totally
wind calm, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
And so is Brian, yeah. And fly by seat 1, how you doing? Just joined in after videos on Wednesday. Very cool. Welcome. All right, we have, in fact, I need to change my stream title. I'm going to use a little clickbait here.
Sure thing.
Okay, a little clickbait. All right, very cool. So what you're saying is, this is okay. So here's track FPA. Is it showing what it's not in on the display?
Yep. So on top of the heading, you will see track next to latitude.
Okay, I see TRK right there. Yeah.
And then you will see FPA on the VS or next to the altitude.
All right, so I'm in track FPA right now.
Yep.
And then as soon as I hit this, boom, heading VS. And you're saying the majority of the time you're in heading VS.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I like the track. I think it's track FPA in the Boeing's on the HUD, where it shows you where the aircraft is pointing, rather than where the flight director wants you to go. Is it the same concept?
The same concept. Flight path vector.
Okay. Flight path vector. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, quick favor, hover over the upper corner of that pop-out. Does it allow pop-out? The upper corner of that pop-out. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a good question. I can right-click on it because it's P3D, and I can undock. And there is the PFD undocked. And wouldn't it be fantastic if we had displays with PFDs and NDs? I know. I see what you're putting down. I really do want an FCU. There's one FCU out there, but it just doesn't look good, and the one that does look good is super expensive. So something in between. Yeah. How top?
MacDo is nice.
Yeah. They do have a nice McDo out there. Sim.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Top of descent is in 81 miles, so we need to keep track of that. So I'm going to take my range out on my ND, and again we'll undock this, and oops. Is it still undocked? I can't even tell. Nope, I don't think so. There we go. And then we're going to make this large. And then what I do is I take my track out right here. You have 80 miles. So here's 20, 40, 60, and 80. So you can see our top of descent is notated by this arrow. Yeah.
And we usually tell the guys, like, you need to have your one waypoint or your two waypoints visible on the navigation display.
Like the next waypoint?
Yeah.
Or okay.
It's a rule of thumb.
Okay, that makes sense. Working on right now with SimVim and Arduino. Ah, very cool. I need to check that stuff out. Because I have the GoFlight MCP panel for my Boeing aircraft. I really do want a good quality FCU, but not crazy expensive. Yeah. And I'm all about Arduino for sure.
I mean, the Airbus has a different philosophy. Everything is cool. Like, for example, the FCU, if you push in, it's basically the database. If you pull out, it's basically what the pilot wants.
Yeah. Or in this case, right click versus left click.
Yeah.
until I get the hardware panel. All right, so we'll go over here. We got ground speed 503, true airspeed. Can you let people know what's the difference between ground speed and
Golf Hotel, contact
true airspeed?
So basically, ground speed is your true airspeed plus the wind, in simple terms.
True airspeed plus the wind. All right. And in this case, we've got wind from 271 at 88 knots. So if you subtract the 88 from the 502,
that's a 136 Golf Hotel. Should I departure radar contact?
You get the true airspeed.
29907.
Basically the tailwind portion of it, because it's coming on slightly cross.
So it's taking just the tailwind.
Component.
Okay.
And it will add it. So for example, now you have about 83 tailwind.
Yeah. Right, Nightbird? Yeah, that makes sense. That's an easy way to remember it. That's quite a tailwind. That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah. These days we have 150, 160 over here.
Jeez. And is it favoring flying east typically or no?
Yep.
Okay.
East.
Okay. All right. It shows our waypoint Terry 094 degrees, and it shows 111 nautical miles. And then this 2308, is that the ETE to Terry? Okay.
We call this the short-term ETE. You have a long-term and short-term. Long-term is usually the MCDU, FMGS calculated. So FMGS is the Flight Management and Guidance System. It usually calculates with the winds and everything for long-term. But this ND is a short-term because it might change. If the wind changes, it will change.
That makes sense. So if ATC asks, it's probably more applicable to oceanic operations, but if ATC says, there may be a situation where someone will ask me time to waypoint or something. Yeah, that will help me say I'll be crossing Terry at such and such. I think when they do HF ops on oceanic ops, they check in saying waypoint at this time Zulu, blah blah blah. So,
yeah, and this we use for the oceanic. We do it from the FMGS MCDU because it has the more accurates with the winds. Because you give out at least 3 waypoints for oceanic.
Okay. 3 waypoints. Okay.
Yeah. You can test it out. I mean, if you go to the MCDU and look at the next waypoint, will you see a difference, or is it the same time? That's my question.
2308.
Yeah. So basically, it's the same.
Yeah.
And then also at 2309. So probably going to be the same.
They're pretty close together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the long term, long view,
yeah,
the MCD is more realistic with the time predictions.
Yeah. So another question I had is that 3-degree down angle at Woats. If we're at 182 knots, so obviously we're going to be slowing down after Woats. To maintain that 3-degree down angle, what kind of speed or what kind of vertical speed is that? And I guess it's it's in relation to what you're slowing down to, I guess, huh?
Yeah, so it's basically ground speed times 5, if I recall. So 140 knots is 700 feet.
That was 1855. Contact San Francisco Tower 120.5.
Pilotedge, 1 second. Okay, so what you said 140 knots is about 700 feet per minute?
Yeah.
For a 3-degree down angle?
Yeah, it's your ground speed times 5.
Okay. Ground speed times 5.
As a general rule.
Okay.
South 1855, San Francisco Tower, wind 100 at 5, runway 28 left.
Well, I mean, you don't need all these calculations because the Airbus has everything.
Yeah. I just, if for some reason my plane, whether it's a simism or something happens, and I want to hand fly it, I want to hand fly the RNAV to arrival just as a practice or whatever. I want to know approximately what vertical speed I should be trying to do at what particular speed. So just ballparks, okay? So if I'm approaching at 150 knots, I want to know, okay, it's going to be about, 600 feet per minute, something like that.
Yeah. So 150 times 5 to 750 feet per minute.
No.
That's how you do it.
Because I think sometimes you need to be able to quickly calculate that math, especially, I mean, you could have an autopilot failure. You could have, who knows what.
3171 heavy, Salt Lake City clearance, clear the Boise Airport, Seagull 1 departure, Twin Falls, then as filed.
1 second.
Maintain 10,000.
1 second.
Departure frequency 135.5, squawk 6544. Do not exceed 230 knots in the climb until advised.
I've got to separate my Discord volumes from Pilotedge volumes because it's becoming an issue. London Controller, good evening. London Controller, VATSIM Controller Extraordinaire, out of London. Thank you for being here. I'm
FedEx 3171 Heavy, read back correct.
Pilotedge. I'm getting actually closer to attempting VATSIM Europe operations. So I'm getting closer. I want to do a little more observation. The fact that I've done a successful Minneapolis FNO and also a successful San Juan, Puerto Rico FNO now, I think I'm getting that much closer. And the fact that I'm actually taking an Airbus online people who've been around know me. I don't take Airbus aircraft online. So this is kind of a breakthrough moment in that this is the first time ever taking the FSLabs on Pilotedge. Next step, I mean, if I can take the FSLabs on Pilotedge, I could probably take the FSLabs on VATSIM. I'm excited. I digress. We have a real world 320 pilot here with us live. Tell West, you still streaming these days lately or no?
Been busy with work.
Yeah.
Swimming around with the real sun.
All right. If I want to descend early, I would go into open descent, or can I just hit manage descent now and it'll start down at the right spot? Or
exactly. No, you press manage descent. It will maintain 1,000 feet per minute until it captures the profile, and you will see a zigzag and the navigation display. All
right. So I just hit manage descent, and we've bugged up 240 flight level. So now, as you can see, we've got. I better tell him. Oh, you know what's kind of interesting is our plane kind of went up for a minute. That's weird. Explain that squiggly line after I check in. 1 second. Salt Lake City Center, United 572, descending out of 310.
United 572, thank you.
So there's the squiggly line, and you said that was what?
Yep. So first, let me answer a question. The maximum tailwind for the 320 for landing is 10 knots. And
the 6 Golf Hotel, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Coming back to your
Pilotedge,
question.
1 second. You said the max tailwind is 10?
Yep.
Okay, max tailwind 10. All right, go ahead.
So the zigzag is one you actually
Shell Center Bonanza
uh,
136 Golf Hotel
capture the
107.
vertical profile.
But in the
So for
136
example, do you
Golf
see the
Hotel,
PFD?
Seattle Center, Roger the
Do you
Dallas,
see the
altimeter
donut? The
29er,
magenta
91.
donut?
Yes.
901, 6 Golf Hotel.
Southwest 1855
And
left at Echo.
at
Alpha to
that
the ramp of this
zigzag
frequency. Have a
point,
great day
it
now.
will be in the middle. You will capture that profile,
Okay.
which means that
At
in the
572
MCDU,
contact,
One
Salt Lake Center
second.
133.25.
3325 United 572. I really need to separate out those audios because they take out your wisdom here. 1 second. Salt Lake Center, United 572, flight level 290, descending 240.
At 572 Salt Lake Center, Roger, descend and maintain 15,000, Idaho Falls, altimeter 3019. Let me know when you have the weather.
Okay, descend and maintain 15,000. We have the weather at Idaho Falls and request the RNAV runway 21 Zulu approach, please, via Terry. I think I got that right. That's RNAV Zulu runway 21 from Terry. Yeah.
awesome.
At 572, Roger, expect the RNAV Zulu runway 21 approach.
We'll expect the RNAV Zulu runway 21 approach, United 572. Okay. Citation max, that's for 90% of most jets, 10 knot tailwind component. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Max, for being here. Appreciate it. Enjoying it. Are you near your Streamlabs OBS or your OBS? We need to chat with Brad and company and Puck. Tonight is PB&J and M. So peanut butter, jelly, and mayonnaise or milk. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly,
Yep.
peanut butter and jam and milk. Puck Vanek, Brad M, John Fly, Citation Max. So really it should be C. P, B, J, and C. That's what it should be maybe. But anyway, we're having a podcast, vodcast, vidcast talk show tonight, guys. On the John Fly Discord and several other Discords, you can get access to the Google form that allows you to submit a question for tonight. So I'm very excited about it. All right, we'll have to go, again, the squiggly line. Pilotedge keeps talking over you, but squiggly line is what again?
I think you need to descend first to 150. What did he say?
Oh, yeah, 150. Thank you, First Officer.
No worries. And
I want to do open descent in this case. Here, let me just focus on this approach here. There we go, descent. There we go.
you need to be careful with
At
open descent
572, descend and maintain 9,000.
Descend and maintain 9,000, United 572. We're a little bit late.
Yeah.
9,000. Should I do open descent or should I do expedited maybe?
You can put 9,000.
Okay.
But with open descent, you need to be careful because it's going to avoid all the restrictions and constraints
Okay.
at the star.
I'll let it go.
But if you manage it, it will basically do the same thing and it will comply with the restrictions.
Okay.
In addition, it will add a buffer of 20 knots so the aircraft can drop down and capture the vertical profile.
Okay. We're descending like we're coming down like a we're coming down fast. Should I do anything?
Shell Bonanza 136 Golf Hotel, any chance we could wait for about 2
You're
minutes?
good. As long as
Six
you're going to
Golf Hotel,
capture that profile, which is the zigzag line.
I need to do a lesson, an ND lesson and PFD lesson with you off of Pilotedge, so I can hear every little nugget of wisdom. I'm supposed to be at Terry at flight level 11,700 feet.
Yeah.
And Terry is in 16 miles.
At 572, cross Terry at or above 8,000. Clear RNAV Zulu, runway 21 approach.
Cross Terry at or above 8,000, cleared RNAV, runway 21 Zulu approach, United 572. All right, I'm gonna set this to Barrow, set that, and then I'm gonna bug this to 8,000, I don't think we're going to get there in time. He said at or above, but I want to be at Terry at close to 8,000 as possible.
So here's the thing. He cleared you for the on-up approach, right?
Yep.
You can put the final approach altitude and manage the descent all the way down.
Yeah, assuming that I'm not too
too
much off the deviation, though. That's the problem is.
But, yeah.
The end of it is, as you can see on the chart, it's WOTS at 6,700. So I'm going to dial in 6,000. And then I'm going to dial in 6,700. Yeah, we're managed all the way down. I'm just hoping that
136 Golf Hotel speaking.
it gets where it needs to be. But you're
Number 6
saying,
Golf Hotel, Roger.
I mean, as far as the deviation, the offset here, where is that? Where's that being shown?
You mean where you're going to capture the vertical profile?
Yeah.
It's on the navigation display, the zigzag.
The zigzag is where I'm going to catch it. Okay. Right there.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to tell me, and Pilotedge kept talking over me. Okay, over him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a little bit SOP here. I'm just going to turn some lights on. Seatbelt sign should have been on a long time ago. And I'm doing this out of order, gentlemen, but auto brake is medium. I may not arm the speed brakes.
Number 730 Whiskey, Phoenix clearance, standby.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh. Sim paused. Oh, no. Oh, keep going. There you go.
Probably the airport load again.
All right. There's the turn at Terry. We're at 14,000. Yeah, it's probably I need a solid state drive. That's what I need.
I think you need to use speed brakes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because the prediction with the zigzag, it just keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah. So any other way to get that? I mean, it's too fast for gear, obviously. Is there any other way to slow down? I guess just change my vertical speed, I guess. Yeah, we might be okay.
Close. Yeah.
This is Tel West citation, Max. Yeah, this is Tel West. A.K.A. Captain Koigi from before, right? Is that public knowledge, or did I just out you?
That's all right. That's all right.
If you select constraint, you will see the constraints. Oh, that's right. I should have had that on departure, actually.
Yep.
All right. It's trying to capture. And there's the constraint. We're supposed to be at Hulsa at 7,500 or above. Yeah, we're a little bit high. At this point, should I say we're high and ask for maybe a vector? A delay vector? Not a delay vector, but...
You could request vectoring. Request vectors to lose altitude, basically.
We're at 10,000. I think it's shallowing out.
Yeah, because it's on managed descent and the speed is the approach phase is activated automatically.
Okay.
So unlike the Boeing, it will maintain that speed disregarding the vertical profile.
It's supposed to be at max speed 250 knots at Jessig. That's interesting. The chart says max 215 knots, but Jessig says 248 in the McDo. I don't like this. So how would you request that? You'd say vectors for descent, or no? Yeah.
Request vector to lose altitude.
Maybe we're okay actually. Yeah.
You can select the speed and put flaps 1 if you're below the VFE.
I'm at 220. I think we're gonna be. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It's slowing down nicely. It's a little bit high still, but...
you could select the speed.
You think I'm fine, Max? Okay.
Number 730 Whiskey, Phoenix clearance. Cleared to Telluride Airport. Mr. Bill 2,
All right.
actually, Mr. Bill 1 departure. You for transition, then as filed.
I'm going to take it back to like 170.
Departure frequency 119.2.
Just leave
Squawk
it
440.
No, 210? Really? All right. I don't want to go... I
as
want
long
to go
as
slow.
below 200 knots, should be fine.
Okay, flaps 1.
So if you take flaps 1, the VLS will go down. Now you could use spoilers again.
Spoilers are already out. So what do you mean by spoilers again?
November 8 Sierra Whiskey, read back correct.
I thought it wasn't out, because if it was out, it will be in a T21 above
All right.
220 knots.
I'm just going to slow way, way down.
Are you going towards? You can press the push button on the FCU.
Okay, so approach. I hit the approach button. It's got altitude final.
Yeah.
Which is the airport. Is that the airport altitude?
No, it's what you selected, 6,700. The final is final lap. So once you capture that vertical path, it will turn to final lap.
Okay. It's a pity that Idaho Fall. Okay. Yep, we're good. 8,600. I think we're a little bit high, huh?
2,000 feet. So select flaps 2, let it drop down.
Flaps 2. I'm going to go gear down. Can I go gear down?
Yep.
Yeah, gear down.
And just watch it drop. Just don't reduce the speed, because if you reduce the speed and and the some mode, it will just
it'll raise
pitch
up.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's really getting down. Oh, snack. Oh, I see the airport. Airport in sight. Salt Lake Center, United 572 airport in sight. Request change to advisories.
United 572, just to confirm, are you canceling IFR, or are you just switching to switch over?
I will cancel IFR, United 572.
United 572, thank you. IFR cancellation is received. No traffic observed between you and the field. The radar services are terminated with your IFR cancellation. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. We'll see you next time.
All right, frequency change approved, and we'll change. And thank you very much, United 572. All right, so I'm in managed speed mode now. I'm going to put in extra flaps, but I'm not in... am I in approach mode? Is it going to do this 3-degree down angle? For sure?
Yep, it's on final lap.
All right, I'm going to arm my speed brakes.
Remember that final blue?
Okay, arming my speed brakes. So supposedly it's going to manage my speed all the way down. And I want to go additional flaps. Flaps, we're going full right now. Yep, gear down, 3 green. And there we go. It's intercepted the 3-degree down angle per the McDo.
And you have the box on the PFD to see your deviations.
Seems a little high.
2,000.
Your own profile? I'm going to buy.
2,000 it says.
Yeah. Now, depending on the temperature, if you're where I live, usually it's hotter than the ISA, you will be high. If it's lower, then you will be low.
Yeah, I'm way high, it seems like. But it could be just...
But
I mean, the airport is at elevation 4,744, and I'm 3 miles out, so I seem a little bit high. But maybe not.
So, for example, see the charts, and if you have a table, it will tell you at 2 DME you need to be that altitude.
Okay, I need to look at that after. My altimeter is wrong? Oh, that makes a difference.
Yeah, probably.
Eagle Blue, thank you. Final approach is green. All right, there we go. So I'm glad that my sense of, because sometimes it's an art form to gauge when you think you're high or not. Just from a visual perspective, I'm glad that I felt like I was a little bit high there. In fact, I still am a little bit high, but I may disconnect and kind of try to hand fly this bad boy. But it's looking pretty good.
Yep. There you go.
All right, disconnecting.
500.
And then once you disconnect, you need to disconnect flood directors. And
well, I don't have to, right?
You do, because it will eventually go to VS and heading mode, which you don't want. But anyways, enjoy. Happy landing.
300.
We're going to float it a little bit here. But
200.
And I did a little bit of an aggressive.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Yeah, it was hard, but. So I need to learn that whole turn the flight director off and just fly it by the seat of my pants. Yeah.
Eventually, for all no-precision approaches, you just, once your visual is done, disconnect autopilot, flight director's off, and put the bird on.
So with besides the flight director off, what is the other? Besides the flight director off? What's the other thing you said to do?
Bird on, which is track FPA.
Which is track FPA, which we were already in, or no, we were in.
Heading VS.
We were in heading VS. Ah, okay. Oh, and then I need to re-enable my tiller so I can actually turn off of the runway.
Yeah.
And that's what my problem is on that departure, was that I had my tiller engaged for the simism, and that's why my takeoff was all wonky. All right, we're going to turn. All right, I'm going to exit the runway, and I'm going to stop right here because I need to do some cleanup here. There we go. My frames are a little bit light also. All in all, though, I mean, for a Boeing guy, a Boeing sim guy, that is,
Yeah.
retract, taxi lights on. Can strobes go to auto?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to start hit the master switch on the APU. And then I'm going to make sure that the gears or everything's good there. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's interesting how you have to clear the warning up above the ND for the autopilot disconnected, but you also have to clear it on the ECAM memo.
Because you disconnected it the wrong way, not the Airbus way.
Oh, so not clicking the AP1 button. So I should have done it.
You don't.
Via the stick, the red button or something.
Yep.
Okay.
The red button on the stick.
And is that modeled in the sim? I bet you I can. I guess I can bind it. Yeah. That's why I did it. Okay, that makes sense. So I need to bind that red button. Very cool.
So if it's bonded, you won't have that ECAM anymore.
That's what I want. I want that. And in fact, I even have on my Warthog HOTAS, I have an autopilot disconnect button. It's actually labeled autopilot disconnect.
Wow.
Would that be the equivalent of Z, maybe, in P3D?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to bind that button to the letter Z.
Think so.
You did not do it the Airbus way. I did not. Oh, yeah, flaps also. That was pretty cool. Sorry for the Pilotedge was having to talk over you. But I guess that happens in the real world. You could be in a conversation with someone and you're like, oh, I got ATC. I got to listen to him.
Yeah. Sometimes if you have cabin crew inside and you just don't want to talk to them, you will go like, 1 second. I need to take that call.
Yeah. And then fake a call to him. That reminds me. That reminds me of the time that I was on a blind date. I was hanging around Los Angeles for a couple of weeks, and I had arranged a blind date somehow, and I met up with this girl at this restaurant, and within the first minute or two, I knew that there just wasn't any chemistry there. So, and then I just started getting really bored with the conversation. So about 22 minutes into the date at the restaurant, I faked a phone call. I'm like, oh, I got to get this. I got to answer this. And then so I picked up the phone to answer it, to talk to someone. And I was going to fake like I needed to be somewhere for work or something like that, right? And then
Oakland Center, Skyhawk 244, Tango Bravo.
And then it just so happened that my phone was not on silent, and my phone started to ring.
Skyhawk 244, Tango Bravo, NorCal.
Now,
sir, I'm nowhere ready for departure, but I'm at Half Moon Bay wondering where I should pick up a clearance at this non-towered airport.
November 244 Tango Bravo. This is going to be Pilotedge wide. You can receive an IFR clearance on the ground as long as you're not moving on 122.2. That will simulate a phone call to the overlying facility.
Perfect. Thanks. Talk to you in a bit.
This is a beautiful Idaho Falls airport. Not many Airbuses come in here, I don't think. It's probably more smaller jets, but
I think it puts an Airbus.
Does it? Okay. Well, I mean, it's a pretty long runway.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, you could. I just don't know if there's any service for the Airbus, but maybe there is. I should look into that sometime. Flight Radar 24 is a great asset for that. Taxi diagram here. That was, 9,000 feet. Plenty of room. That was pretty cool.
That was awesome. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for the lessons.
FedEx 3171 Heavy.
I think I owe you
Salt
about
Lake City ground. Good afternoon.
about
Runway
$9,000.
17. Correction. Let's go runway 16 left. Taxi via hotel.
$9,000 for 9,000 real dollars or euros for the instruction. I mean, think about a full motion sim with an instructor. How much would that normally cost me?
Wow.
That would normally cost
14,000 to be exact.
14,000. There you go. Yeah, it's true. It's like it's crazy. How much that?
No, I mean I'm talking with my currency. So you multiply that by 3.
Yeah.
So 14 times 3. Yeah, that's a lot.
Fortunately, you don't have to pay that bill though.
Our time, yeah.
Yeah.
Half of it on them and half of it on us, but then they take it from the payslip.
Wait, half of that is on you for the recurrency?
No, I mean for the initial.
Oh, yeah. For the initial. Okay, yeah. Once you're in, then they're covering your sim time and all that current stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. He does look very important, Torbinator. Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's watch a replay of that bad landing. The other thing I need to get more used to is this this FS to crew. I was able to, practice my before start checklist, after start, before takeoff check, all that good stuff, below the line, above the line. I was able to practice that.
Yeah.
But once I got into the heat of the moment of being on Pilotedge in an Airbus, FSLabs for the first time on Pilotedge, I just couldn't keep track of what exactly FS to crew wanted me to say. So over time, I'd like to practice that. If I wasn't on Pilotedge, I probably would have done the whole FS to crew audio, practice it even more. But I wanted to kind of nail that switch from tower to departure, etc. My one mistake so far, well, I may have made a couple of mistakes, but on Pilotedge, and it's really not a mistake. It's a mistake, but it's not something that is going to be noticed. And that is I called Seattle Center, Seattle departure. And I'm trying to, they don't care. They're not going to correct you. But if you want to,
it's all right. Yeah. It happens in the real world as well. I'm like, I don't know which airspace I'm flying in. Is it because you have higher and lower airspaces?
Yeah.
The higher is different than the lower. I'm like, which was it again?
And
before I opened the charts and everything, I'm like, hello control. This is call sign.
Yeah. When I was flying on up and down the eastern seaboard in the real world with Max, he let me do the radios the entire eastern seaboard because of Pilotedge, right? That was the only reason. He's like, yeah, I've heard you on Pilotedge. You can take the radios, and I'm like, yeah, give me the radios. I was not hesitant to take the radios in the real world. So we're flying along, and anytime there are so many different approaches and different areas and call signs. Anytime that I didn't like Potomac approach, I didn't catch the Potomac because of whatever, right? So I just said simply just approach. This is Cirrus 595 Mike Whiskey 9000 or whatever. And
that's exactly how you do it.
Yeah. So.
And then he'll reply back with his name. And
yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do a replay here of this bad landing. I'll get better in time. I greased a couple of these buses on accident once.
You need to get used to the fly-by-wire.
Yes, I do. I do. They know who they are already. That's true. That is very, very true. They do know who they are. Did I disconnect from Pilotedge properly? It's interesting on Pilotedge. It's a web-based client now, so it's not like in X-Plane where I can just look up to the menu and see. But that was really cool that this actually captured that 3-degree down angle based on the programming in the box. That was pretty impressive, I must say.
Yeah. There's certain restrictions before you use that final approach. One of them is you need to check that degrees. If that 3 degrees is different than the chart, you can't fly it automatically.
Okay. So what you're saying is you can't change the degree to match the chart and then fly it automatically?
No, because it's part of the database. So in this case, Navigraph.
Oh, it's not a editable function. Okay.
No. So for example, if the airport has been changed, they have a temporary RLS or RNAV, which has a 4 degrees. And your database is still 3 degrees.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't shoot it automatic.
That's
Basically,
good.
it's like Ian.
That's good information.
Yeah. But the worst one with the non-precision approach is the T21s. Because if you have a single engine failure in T21, you can't fly it automatically. You need to fly selected heading or track and selected descent VS or FPA.
Oh, okay. I think I really slammed this one down. We're gonna see some wing flex on this one. And I needed to get better with my camera work in P3D. X-Plane, I've got it down for the runway view, tower view, spot view, whatever. Mountain Dew, soda can view, you name it.
Usually after that, hard landings, we usually go to the MCDU and check the landing rate. Well, not landing rate, it's G factors.
G load.
G load.
Yeah. And it's right there in your McDo right after, huh?
Yeah.
And then that's interesting that you guys actually, that. All right. And then, of course, I was a little bit off center as well. So
So you floated it, and then you let it.
Yep. I'm not bad exactly. I'm so how shall we call it? I'm so wanting to get down in the. I think off-skid descent has really pounded this into my head that they really want you down. They don't want you floating, right? They'd rather it be a hard landing early than a float late.
So
but not too hard.
What we focus most on is center line, touchdown zone.
Center line, touchdown zone. But yet there's bragging rights with the G factor. I think I flared too early there, maybe.
The hardest I did, or actually the first officer, was 1.9.
That actually was not too shabby. 1.9 on the G factor. Did you have to do gear inspection at that point or no?
No, it's usually at 2.6.
2.6.
Above 1.7, it's considered firm.
Above 1.7, it's considered firm. Well, I'm going to start to look at the G factor on my landing rate plugin. Because the X-Plane landing rate plugin actually has the G factor, the G load, the G force on it. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to change cameras to Idaho runway. I guess it's runway. That's weird because Chase Plane thinks it's runway 20, not 21, so it must have shifted. That's okay. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to flip this around. There's my plane on final. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let's bring it down here.
So yeah, one thing to talk about is that open descent and descent mode. You just need to watch your descent rate and your speed,
Okay.
because with descent and open descent, it will pitch up or pitch down depending on the speed you selected. And in real life, I had a situation where we became unstable because of that. Because the ATC wanted us to maintain 160 to floor, 180 to, and we're already high. And that guy was like reducing the speed. I'm like, go down. But before I had chance to interfere, take controls, it was too late.
Makes sense. Yeah. So in my case, I was panicking about being at on profile so much that I was almost asking for vectors for descent. And so I'm like, oh, I just want to expedite this. Well, no, because if you pitch down too much, you're going to overspeed the speed restrictions easily.
Yeah.
And so you make a good point that open descent can be rather dangerous.
Exactly.
Man, this is so fun learning all this stuff. Oh, if only I could go back to when I was 14, planned my career life correctly. But in the meantime, I get to enjoy it, and I get to chat with you guys who are riding the clouds. For sure. Surfing the clouds, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do one other thing here before I sign off. But anyway, thank you, Tel West. Will you come back onto the channel and teach me more, please?
Yeah, for sure. If you want to do shared and explain with the tools or fluff factor.
Yeah, but you'll also give me FSLab lessons as well, right?
For sure.
I love you. Don't take that the wrong way. You're amazing. We're very privileged to have our real world pilots. And thank you for being on Twitch. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go work on my secret project. I will send it to you once I'm done with it.
I'm very excited for the secret project release. All right, take care, my friend.
All right. Yeah, man.
I just wanted to do a little plug here for Flight Sim Expo 2020. It is in Las Vegas, June 12th through the 14th. I will be there, and it's at the Tropicana, and it's going to be a great time. So if you are into flight simulation, and whether you do it yourself or you enjoy watching it, come hang out with us. We're going to have an epic time. It's a great way. I mean, Twitch is a great way for us to get to know each other, but to be able to put a name with a face in person, it's fantastic. Citation Max can't wait. It's going to sushi, exactly. I've already picked out the place. Brad is in. It'll be great. So again, Flight Sim Expo 2020. The Captain's Corner is on Friday afternoon. If we look at the schedule, on Friday afternoon, you've got the Captain's Corner at check-in. You've got, get this, Flight Chops from YouTube fame is going to be building a computer live in front of everyone in 45 minutes. That's kind of cool. Then we have Orbex, PBR Techniques, amazing. Real Sim Gear, showing realistic hardware. Which I have in my sim. I'm a big fan of the Real Sim Gear. We have Aerosoft's view on future add-ons. We also have FMC and system operations in X-Plane 11. So this will be a good time. And then, of course, on Saturday, they haven't finalized the list of speakers and events, but that'll be filled in pretty soon. A lot of great people. Honeycomb will be there. We know that's the yoke to get right now in the sim. Navigraph, my great friends, sponsors of the John Fly channel. Orbex also sponsoring the John Fly channel. Thank you, Navigraph and Orbex. And the Org Store also sponsoring John Fly. Thank you so much. I will buy you cocktails and or cocos, whatever you want. We have, what's this one? This one's fsim.net. Sim Market will be there. Big fan of Sim Market. I'm getting most of my P3D products there. And of course, my first love, X-Plane 11. Oh, and media partners. There's this guy over here called John Fly that just became a media partner. They let him in. They let him in the door. So I do have, I will potentially be streaming from Flight Sim Expo in Vegas. But if you're on the fence about going, just go. Book now. Make it cheap. And make sure you book the penthouse at the Wynn and let me crash in one of the rooms at the Wynn in the penthouse on the top floor. But we have FS Elite, Heli Simmer, Cat Strader, Sky Blue Radio, Mustafa Jets Stream, The Traffic Pattern with Derek Vento, which is a great podcast, 334 Productions, Threshold, Rav, Gong, Bell Geode, Baldor Aviation, Captain Canada. This one here is some YouTube channel, which I can't see who it is. John Fly, and I believe that would be Chewy, 94. LiveATC.net, Flight Sim AdWork, CockpitBuilders.com also. So it's going to be a good time. Yeah, I seriously want to do that. I'll fly out to New York on Wednesday, and then we will fly to Vegas on Thursday, or whatever your schedule may be. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yep, for sure. That would be, oh gosh, that would be so killer. That would blow my socks off. All right, so the other bit of news is tonight at approximately, let me change the chatting screen. Tonight at approximately 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be going live on the the PB, J, and M show, or PB and J and C show. Maybe it should be C. We'll have to think about that. But there'll be 4 of us talking heads, taking your questions, and we're going to have a good time tonight. I believe the idea is to go live on Citation Max's channel, and Brad Puck and I will be joining Max, and we'll be entertaining your questions. I'm hoping that under the John Fly Discord in the announcement section, there is a Google form. I will go ahead and copy the Google form now. And so that Google form right there, you can submit a question to be talked about or discussed or answered tonight between us 4 hobbyists. And it just so happens that two of the 4 are real world pilots. So we have that vast experience. We have iRacing involved. So get there, be there. Yeah, it's on. It'll be that. Okay, so it'll be on Twitch. The live stream will be on Twitch. Nothing on Discord. I'm just saying on Discord is where you can get information about that form, or you can just click on that forms.gle and submit a question of anything related to flight sim, real world aviation, and also we might even let in a few questions about sushi and or dating. You never know. You just never know. Food, all kinds of different subjects. No politics, probably, most likely.